on this video here, let's talk about something. The real question about this second attempt for a mistrial. Who actually leaked this information out to the public? Because one thing I've noticed about this, since I covered it on a video yesterday. If you want to go back, it's my last video other than my short that I uploaded. And we were talking about it, and I was talking about it, and I kind of had said, it was filed electronically on the 7th. The real question is, who leaked it out to the public so that the public could know that there was a second mistrial that was filed before the judge had an opportunity to even address it in court? See, the thing is, if it was filed, and it says it was filed on June the 7th, which was a Saturday, court was closed. The only way they could have filed this is electronically. If anybody knows, if you ever been on a case and as an attorney have access to file these claims electronically, right? But unless you attach to the case, you're not going to see the notification of it far as until it's properly doctored inside the case. Electronic filing doesn't mean that it means that they presented the information to the court. It doesn't mean that the information was processed through the court to be uploaded in the records. So the fact that this statement is actually out to the public, meaning somebody that knew that it was getting ready to be filed had to release it or leak it to the public. And the only reason one could assume as to, or hypothetically guess as to why it was done that way, is because it was done to help P.Diddy case in the court of public opinion. So everybody can already form an opinion one way or the other. Because let's be real. Realistically, let's just looking at this whole mistrial thing, and unless it's just a obscured mishap of the system in itself, 9 out of 10, this judge is not going to do a mistrial. Now, I'm not going to say with 100% certainty say he is not, but the likelihood of this judge giving a mistrial this deep into this case without some, negligent stuff, some serious negligent stuff going on. He didn't even try to, he even gave grace when it came to P. Diddy trying to persuade a jury that he saw, aggressively. The odds of him mistrialing this case is almost slim to none, right? But they could try whatever they want to, because there's just too many, like I covered yesterday inside my videos, too many things that can happen because of a mistrial. If it's a mistrial, they're gonna have to let him go far as being locked up. Then they're gonna have to get it back in court to set another bond or another hearing because of the amount of time that he has already served in jail for this case, and they haven't really proved whether or not he's guilty or not. So the simple fact that happening, I will be completely shocked if the judge approves this mistrial. I just will be shocked, because there's so many things could happen with them doing it mistrial this late in the game, and then the odds of people actually coming back, because all immunities will be off the table at this point. Now you have to go and re-sign immunities, and hopefully if they did mistrial, they give the right people immunities, because everybody doesn't need one, and charge the ones that need to be charged. That will be the good part about this whole mistrial thing. But just too many things could happen. He could skip the country and go somewhere else in his private jet. So much stuff can happen because now he won't be officially charged with absolutely nothing. They would have to release this man. They have to get emergency hearings back in the court trying to re-arrest this man and get everything reestablished and all this stuff. So I just find this is going to be hard to do. This will be don't really make any sense on this case. However, I'm not going to say with 100% certainty that the judge wouldn't. It just don't make sense for them to do it right now, right? But the biggest question on this is, who leaked out this information? It had to be someone that knew they was getting ready to file it, to either give them the documentation or say, go look on the court files, it's filed. But the thing about that is, and the only reason I'm saying that's not the case is, it has not had a chance to be properly processed through courts in order for it to be available to the public like that, unless you have a direct link to that information, unless their courts operate different, and as soon as they electronically file it, it processes it without actually having to have a physical person go in and do the due process or the paperwork in their system, which a lot of courts doesn't work like that. Once you upload it, it still takes a minute to process that paperwork through. And then they'll get an official stamp saying that when it was received, when it was processed, when it was uploaded. And the fact that all this stuff was done on Saturday, it was given out to the public on Saturday, and then people started talking about it. Who told the person that it was filed to begin with if it wasn't somebody on P. Diddy's team? Or P. Diddy told somebody, or they gave it to them, or I'm just a certain chain of events had to happen in order for this document to have gotten out to the public. One, there is no real mainstream media talking about this. It's only a selected few YouTubers. And at first, I was a little hesitant to talk about it because I was like, is it fake? Is this something dock it up? Because absolutely nobody is talking about it. But then I was like, after I looked at it, I was like, no, this look legit. Okay. So why isn't anybody talking about this? This is some serious stuff, because if this is a mistrial, it's going to totally change the direction of this whole case. So the fact that that ain't even happening just yet lets me know that this was a leak. This wasn't somebody went on the web, on the court files and got it. Someone was actually given this after it was filed with the court. And this is my observational hypothesis, or my guess, that I believe would happen. And it's all to persuade the court of public opinion for him, because now you got people mixed up talking about Cassie she wasn't there, even by her own text message to whoever it is. Okay, the hearsay text message that she was talking to somebody else that really is unofficial, really. But here's the thing: if she did see it, let's just entertain this thought. If she was there and she saw it, maybe Mrs. Bongolian didn't realize that she was there. Because here's the thing, y'all, we keep forgetting this happened inside Cassie's apartment. So how's everybody else in Cassie's apartment, but Cassie's not in her apartment? So how they there, but she not there? One thing. Two, when she made that text message and she was trying to say what she knew, she could have probably, just because she's so fearful of this man, she don't want to say that she was standing there because they didn't know she was standing there. So she said what I heard, what I was told, because she's trying to throw off whoever she's informing, but she's trying to inform them what's actually happening. Come on, let's look at this realistically now. And then the whole thing about, P. Diddy was in LA and all this stuff was going on in New York because he had a concert the day before. You know what can happen 24 hours later? Just because he had up under his alias, Frank Black, that he was at this hotel ordering stuff. It could have been anybody on his staff. It could have been any one of his friends or anyone he probably had a freak off with or had something with. And he said, you just stay here, baby, and order what you want up under my name, Frank Black. You don't know if it was him. You do not know. There is nothing hard, concrete evidence that is showing that P. Diddy was actually in LA at the time of this incident. And then there was also another woman there that wasn't really mentioned, as far as when we're talking about this whole let's get it kicked out. There was a Mongolian girlfriend. She was actually there in the apartment. A matter of fact, she told her to stay in the other room when she had went to go address P. Diddy for whatever they was addressing P. Diddy with. So you mean to tell me that Mongolian was at Cassie's house while Cassie was in LA, with P. Diddy, having the time of their lives the day after the whole Bad Boy event. But all these other people are at her house, and the story's being concocted up. Nah, it makes more sense that, yes, the girl was at her house. And maybe Cassie was with P. Diddy, but they took the private jet and flew back home. And now she's home at her house. P. Diddy done bust up in her door. He done attacked Mrs. Mongolian because whatever they had done transpired up until that point, he dangling her up. And so because Cassidy is scared to say whatever she needs to say to, she's scared of P. Diddy, she making it seem as if she ain't actually seen it on that text, but on that stand she can't lie, so she's telling you the truth that she actually saw it, unaware to Mrs. Mongolian that she actually saw everything that she saw. Both things can give the appearance that it's true, but honey, only one of them is correct. So let's use our head as to, is all these people are in Cassidy's house. I keep saying Cassidy's house, and she wasn't. Come on, y'all, let's be real. And who leaked this information out? Because the way court records and stuff are processed, it could only have been the people who filed it that leaked it, especially with hardly nobody, and I do mean nobody, really talking about it, except for the ones that saw the leaked information that was geared in online at the time that it happened. And then it took off from there. Y'all, come on, let's use our heads on this. Let's use our heads. It's just another toy. It's just another tactic. That's all this is. As always, go ahead and leave your comment down in the bottom of the comment section. Tell me what you think about this, and like to who probably leaked it, what is really going on, and what you believe and what you do not believe in the comment section. Let's go down there and have a conversation. As always, be your brothers and sisters keeper. Keep God first. And toodles.